The Athena was built in 1915. It was originally called the Majestic. It was a large single-screen theater with about 800 seats. The first shows that were shown here were more vaudeville shows where the movies were just a small part of the act. It was renamed the Athena in 1935. It was known as Shine's Athena. Then it became more of a typical movie house once you had the big renovation in 1935. The renovation to the three-screen theater that we have now happened sometime in the late 70s, and the university purchased it in 2001. It's one of the oldest theaters that's been continually showing movies in the United States. So it's really the OU did save the Athena at that time. If they wouldn't have stepped in, it would be a restaurant and apartments by now. We've really worked to try to get more community involvement as well as university involvement, because we've seen a lot of good shows in here where we have a good cross-section of the community here along with students, and it's a great forum for them to interact. And that doesn't always happen very often, I think, in this town. Our initial audience was more community members, older. The first few months we were open, it seemed like no one came in here under the age of 30. A lot of students are really focused on college life and the few blocks around the campus, and that there isn't really the same kind of dialogue with the community that maybe could be there. And definitely we've noticed a change this year where I think it's caught on a lot more with students, and we have a lot more students. They're definitely the majority of the patrons now. And so we have a lot of people that travel. We're really the only art house theater, for quite some distance, I think to Columbus. And so we have people drive for 45 minutes or an hour to come see movies here. Film has been struggling in the last few years because, it's not running on the sort of internet era that a lot of people kind of expect. It's this weird holdover from a different era. I think it's a completely different experience, watching a movie on your home computer, or even if you have a nice TV, it's you come and you watch it with a group of people, and you get to work off of their reactions. There might be some things that you don't pick up because it's humor that just passes you over, and when you hear other people laughing, you think, oh wait, oh, that was okay, I get it. There's something to be said about participating in a group event like that. Athens as a town is maybe just a little too small to support a three-screen art house theater like this, as it's being traditionally run. So what I'd like to do is get more kind of alternative programming in there. Because of the way the business works here with film distribution, that you're locked into showing the movies we show every day, every time slot that we're open. And we're trying to move a little bit away from that. We're playing a different movie every night. We're playing a lot more local filmmakers, because we have such a great resource in town with the university, and there's just so many projects going on here that it's difficult for a lot of the students to get the project shown. The Cinematheque is part of the Arts for Ohio series, and that's it's a showcase for performing arts and student work and film in the university, and we do that once a month. We can run up to 20 films. Sometimes it's usually 5, 6 films, and it's free for everybody. On top of that, we do a lot of special screenings, when we can. Stuff for local filmmakers. We've had a few this month. We just had a big retrospective of the films of Rajko Gerlich, who's a faculty in the School of Film and pretty well-respected filmmaker in his own right. Just these little one-off screenings like that, and that's kind of the direction we want to expand in. They've been really successful for us, and they seem to bring in a lot more people than just any given show of what we would show here normally. We'd have more of the older films, and bringing back the classics, and kind of integrated as well with the classroom a little bit more.